What did you pick her for, then?
Well, because she's the closest thing we had to a dancer.
Well, what about that other person at the policeman's ball, Miss Flashdance?
She came down with the flu.
You know, I find it really hard to believe that there's no one else on the force but her that can dance.
Robert, will you get off my back? If this had been a bowling scam, you could have picked anybody from the entire force.
All right, well, I guess Crystal's going to have to do then.
And she'll do fine. Now, if you're through with me, I'll go back to headquarters.
Yeah, I've got some computer work to do.
By the way, where's Holly?
Probably out shopping. I think they stay up and late tonight.
Yeah, I bet she didn't take it very kindly when you took her off the case.
Let's say that again.
She giving you a hard time?
Yeah, but I really can't blame her. I mean, she's got all this excess energy, nowhere to channel it. I guess I'd be going crazy myself.
You know, you should find a hobby for that young lady. Something to keep her busy.
Believe me, Bert, I'm trying. I'm really trying.
See you.
Sorry I'm so late.
It's all right, love. What do you got there?
I'm just hanging up my coat. So, what have you been doing?
Oh, burning up the old computer keys.
Yes. Fingers are still hot.
And getting hotter.
Complaining?
I'm curious. What's up?
Since when are you questioning my kisses?
Oh, just your motives, that's all.
Insatiable lust.
Must have been quite a bill you totted up at Delphina's.
Who says I was at Delphina's?
So where do you do your shopping these days?
Well, actually, I wasn't going to go, and then Tiffany called at the last minute. She needed some advice on a dress. So I went her over. How's work? Anything exciting?
Not really. Actually, I was finding it rather hard to concentrate.
Thinking of me?
As a matter of fact, yes. I was getting worried.
About what?
Well, you didn't tell me where you were going.
I didn't think that shopping with Tiffany was something that you needed to be abreast of.
Uh-huh. Well, what did you buy?
Nothing. I couldn't find anything I liked.
Good Lord, that's unusual.
You make me sound like the mad shopper of Port Charles.
You're keeping something from me?
You have a very curious nature.
No. Where you're concerned, it's called instinct.
Okay, you're right. You caught me. I'm guilty.
What's the crime?
Failing to stop at the supermarket. I didn't buy anything for dinner. I'm afraid we'll have to go out.
Guess again.
Don't tell me you gave in and actually ordered pizza.
Good Lord, no. Benoit has taken it upon himself to prepare the evening repast.
My hearing must be a little off. I could have sworn you just said you were going to make dinner.
Correct, my dear. This evening, the Scorpios spend a quiet night at home.
I bet I know why. You've got that look in your eye.
Do I?
Yes, you do. And it's not a home-cooked meal you're after either, is it?
It's the dessert I'm thinking about.
I was right.
Well, is there anything the matter with wanting to be a daddy?
No, and I'm perfectly willing to be a mummy.
But?
Just as long as you understand that there are other things that I'm capable of doing as well.
Just so long as the other things don't involve police work.
I'm very good at it.
Holly, you lay off this Hannibal business.
It seems such a shame for all my work to go to waste.
It's not going to waste. I have a competent policewoman on the job, and she is at the studio now as we speak.
Well, I must say you certainly went all out making dinner.
Anything for you, my little chickadee?
The rest are just pales in comparison.
They've often asked me to cook for them, you know.
The thought of you slaving over a hot can opener all day.
Well, could have been worse.
Yeah, we might have had to eat out.
You might have cooked.
I'm very gourmet.
It's just the little mundane bits that sort of mess you up a little,
Yes, well, certainly neither one of us are going to be winning the Happy Homemaker Award.
Well, it's just a cross we'll have to bear. Besides, it's not what we eat that's terribly important.
You just proved that.
It's eating it, and then getting on much more interesting things.
Foiled again.
Who in the hell's this?
If it's Julia Childs, she's too late.
Hey, Robert. Sorry to bother you.
Oh, please come in. I want to hear all about the Hannibal business.
Thank you. Oh, hello, Holly.
I'll leave.
No. You stay right there. I want you to hear how Officer Harris here has tied up the whole Hannibal case.
I'm afraid she didn't.
What happened?
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner. I guess I blew it.
Well, how?
Well, I went in, I did my audition number, but Irving wouldn't go for it.
Well, didn't you give him the money?
Well, I tried, but Hannibal wanted to take it, but Irving wouldn't let him have it. He insisted I wasn't Gilbert's type.
Well, couldn't you find some way to convince them?
I tried everything. He wouldn't go for it.
Robert, I think this Irving is a pretty smart cookie. I have a feeling he smelled cop.
Oh, great.
Well, we could send in another policewoman.
Well, you said Crystal's the only dancer we've got.
Well, she is.
What's the point?
Well, if he isn't going to fall for my act, he's certainly not going to go for someone else's.
Look, this really puts us under the gun, time-wise.
Do you think they know that we're onto them?
It's likely. In which case, they want to tie this scam up quick and get out of town as fast as possible.
So what do we do?
I don't know. I'll have to sleep on it.
I'm sorry, Commissioner.
Did the best you could.
Well, I'll check with you in the morning. Good night, Holly.
Night. Well, that changes our plans for this evening.
Oh? And why should it?
Time problems. I mean, now you haven't got a policewoman. You haven't got me. You're going to be up all night trying to figure out how you're going to get Hannibal and Irving. By yourself.
Shut up and eat. Going somewhere?
Yes.
No goodbyes.
Didn't want to interrupt you whilst you were working.
Oh, ever the thoughtful one, eh?
Yes. Well, I'm off.
Well, wait a minute. It's pouring out there.
So?
You're going to get wet.
I'm prepared.
I'll bet you are.
I have some errands to run.
Oh, listen to this. Always busy, eh? Even in a downpour. Can't forget your wifely duties. Well, I'm not going to have any of it.
Yeah, I have to go.
No. I just can't stand the idea of you setting foot out there and getting so much as one little pinky wet.
I'm English. I'm used to the rain.
Still, I positively forbid it.
I really do have to go.
Darling, look. I can't think of one single reason why you should be out in this weather. Can you? Let's get you out of this nasty old raincoat here.
No.
Darling, I do not want you to go out in that rain.
I won't melt.
But you know how easily you catch cold.
I hardly ever catch cold.
Of course you do. Remember the other night we were watching that movie, Hurricane? I mean, you almost got pneumonia.
Oh, very funny. I didn't even see that movie.
As I recall, you're right. You started sneezing shortly after I read to you the TV critique.
Since when have you thought of me as so delicate?
I always have.
It's news to me.
Well, it started shortly after you got those blisters.
What blisters?
Ones you picked up at Hannibal's dance studio.
Well, we don't have to worry about that anymore, do we?
I hope not.
No, I would think you'd have more important things on your mind.
Darling, your welfare is the most important thing to me.
Well, what about finding another policewoman? Since, what was her name?
Crystal?
Yeah, botched it up so well.
Oh, well, I'll manage. Don't worry.
You know, it pains me to think of you so hard at work in your communications room, desperately trying to come up with a new plan of attack.
Yes, well, darling, police matters are my business and not your problem.
Lord knows you certainly have enough problems. Well, I'll leave you with them. Goodbye.
Right. Holly.
Bye.
Bye. Holly!